Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, my dear students? How are different homes? May Allah continue to protect us. Amen. Today we want to continue from where we stopped during our last contact. During our last contact we discussed terms used in genetics. Today we want to continue with Mendel's law of inheritance or genetics. The name is taken from the name of a man called Georg Mendel, an Australian, and he was called the father of genetics. He crossed different types of pairs, and from them postulated that the existence of genes in the gamete is responsible for the variations observed in the traits studied. He then postulated two laws. The first one, called first law of Mendel, is also known as a law of segregation of genes. This law states that genes are responsible for the development of the individual and that they are independently transmitted from one generation to another without undergoing any alteration. Again, first law of Mendel states that genes are responsible for the development of the individual and that they are independently transmitted from one generation to another without undergoing any alteration. Or it can be said as from any one parent, only one allele from gene is transmitted through the gamete to that offspring. Again, state that from any one parent, only one allele from a gene is transmitted through the gamete to that offspring. This law can be illustrated with an example. If a dominantly horned white Fulani bull, white Fulani bull, HH, that means the genes are dominant gene, HH, capital HH, is crossed with a naturally polled or unless recessive HH cow. In genetics, when you see capital letter, it means dominant gene. Do you get it now? When they use small letter to write, it means recessive. It means that gene is what? Is recessive. We have discussed that one during our last contact. What is a dominant gene? These are the genes that can express themselves in the presence of a recessive gene. While recessive genes are the genes that cannot express or show up in the presence of a dominant gene. Do you get it now? Now, you see, the result of the first filial generation, that is F1, reveal that all the offspring are horned, but heterozygous capital H, small h. On further crossing of the first filial generations, the resultant second filial generations shows that 3 were horned and 1 was polled. Do you get it now? This is what they are saying. They're saying that when you cross horn white Fulani on bull, that is that bull has horn. It has large horn. It has horn. When you cross it with a naturally poled. When you say poled means hornless, one that has no horn. When you cross them together, and the gene for hornless is recessive. When you cross them together, do you get it now? Let's go to this so that we will understand it. Yes, look at the crossing. You have horned Fulani bull, that's capital H2, abi, and you have recessive poled, that's small h. Both of them are homozygous. Do you get it now? Homozygous is that what? They are the same. They are both what? They are both small letter. The other one is both capital letter. For the horn, they are what? They are capital what? Capital letter. And for the pole, they are small letter h. Do you get it now? When you now cross them, now, you will see that you have, for the F1 generation, you have capital H and small h. You have capital H and small h. You have capital H and small h. And you have capital H and small h. You see that all of them are what? All the first generation are what? They are all horned. That means what? They all have what? They all have horn. They say the homozygous chromosome, that is allele, divide through the process called meiosis, forming gametes. Do you get it now? Look at where you have your F1 generation. They say the word. The gametes unite to form zygotes, which are heterozygous. You know we've discussed heterozygous and we have discussed homozygous. When they say heterozygous, that means the gametes are what? The genes, the gametes, the generation, they have one capital H, one small h, one capital. We that all of them are what? The result, they are not capital H or they are not small h, with one h, one what? One small h. Can you see now? That means one that but capital H is what? Is dominant. That means what? It has power over the small one. That's why you have all the what? You have all the, we say all on, because the on is a what? Is a dominant gene. Can you see? That means capital H is what? Is what? Is a dominant gene. As for the what? As for the recessive. The recessive, unless does not manifest, but the gene is what? Is in all the what? All the genes. Can you see now? You can see that for the F1 generation, all of them are what? All of them are on. Can you see? All of them has what? All of them has on. That's for the first PDR generation. Now, when you now cross the F1 generation again, they say, however, if the F1 gametes are now mated, the situation will look like the following. Let's look at it now. We want to cross F1 generation now. You can see you have capital H, small h, crossed by capital H, small h. That's first PDR generation, abi. Now, your gametes now. That means capital H, small h, capital H, small h. When you cross them, you can see that what? You have what? Capital H. When you cross it again, you have capital H, small h. When you cross it again, you have capital H, small h. When you cross it, you have what? You have what? H, which is small, abi. That's small h, abi. Can you see? Let's now read what they wrote there. It says gametes unite to form two what? To form two homozygous offspring. That is capital H, comma H, small h, comma, and two heterozygous offspring. Capital H, small h, capital H, small h. Can you see now? Let's now do say all animals All animals having dominant gene H, capital H, will possess on, that is 3 offspring will possess on, while one will be what? Will be onless or poled. That's small h. Can you see now? Now say that is this gives a genotypic ratio of 1:2:1, while phenotypic ratio is 3:1, that is 3 on and 1 onless. Let's now look at this. General say genotypic what? Genotypic ratio 1:2:1. That means one what? One homozygous on. That means you see that what? You have one of them that has what? Capital H. Two of them, both of them are what? Are capital letter HH. That's what they mean by one homozygous on. Do you get it? And you have 2 heterozygous on. That means it's because that capital H is what? Is superior. That's why it's able to what? To overpower the what? The recessive one. That's why the what? The animal has what? Has 3 what? Has 3 horns. And the other one is one what? One homozygous poled or one homozygous onless. Do you get it now? It's because the what? The dominant gene is one that what? That can manifest itself in the presence of what? The presence of the recessive gene. If not for that, you would have 1 horn and what? And 3 poled. Do you get it now? But that recessive gene cannot show itself in the presence of a dominant gene. That's why what? The capital H is what? Able to suppress the what? Suppress the recessive gene. And you have what? You have 3 what? You have 3 on animals and you have what? 1 unless animal. Do you get it now? Do you get it? That's the reason. Because what? It's because of the what? Superiority of the what? Superiority of the dominant gene. That's why that means, you know, as I do tell you, you know, look for instance now, look at your parents. You see that you share what? You share the character of your both parents. One of your parents may be what? May be tall. The other one will be what? Will be short. But you are tall. That means the gene for tallness in one of them, let's say that your dad is what? Is tall and you are tall. Do you get it now? That means the gene for tallness in your dad is superior, is dominant over the what? Over the gene in your mom. Let's say your mom is what? Is average height, is short. Do you get it now? That means the gene for height in your mom is recessive. That's why you are able to what? You are able to what? To resemble your dad and you are tall. For other one. Let's assume that your mom is what? Is fair in complexion. And your dad is what? Your dad is dark in complexion. Do you get it now? But you are what? You are fair in complexion. Do you get it now? That means the gene for skin color in your mom is dominant gene. While the skin color for your dad is what? Is recessive. That's why you are able to what? To have fair complexion. That means the gene for color in your mom is superior over that of your what? That of your dad. Do you get it now? That's what this one is explaining. That means you have both gene, you have both recessive and dominant. Do you get it? That means you have both. That means you have both. You have both gene in your system. Do you get it now? This is what this one is explaining. Do you get it now? It's because the superiority of the gene will determine what will happen. Once the gene for one particular trait is dominant, it will suppress the other one. Do you get it now? This is what first law is telling us. Because what first law is telling us that what? That's what the first law is what? It's telling us that what? It's telling us that genes are responsible for what? For the development of the individual. You get it now? And that what? And that they are independently transmitted from one generation to another without undergoing any alteration. You get it now? That's for you. When you also marry now, you will see that your own children what? We share what? We share both what? Both traits from you and your other partner. Do you get it now? That's how it continues. Do you get it? That's what first law is what? Is telling us. Do you get it now? This is how we're going to stop for today. Please read them over and over. Do you get it now? Allah will continue to what? To increase your knowledge. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.